Good morning to Miss. So now I will be presenting about the spicy protection. So the first is discourages. From the behavioral perspective, this group typically has moderate to low disposable income, making them highly price sensitive. However, price alone is not their only concern. They are strongly driven by value for money perception, where they evaluate food based on price, taste, portion size, and overall DNA experience. Their decision-making process is also highly influenced by digital platform. The social media such as TikTok, Instagram, and Xiaohongshu, along with review platform like Google Review, play a major role in shaping their expectation. In addition, recommendation from friends significantly impact their dining choice. And also the food prefers they general they generally prefer meat-based and mixed ingredient dishes over purely vegetable-based option. The spicy level should be mild to medium, as most consumer in the group consume spice based on tolerance rather than seeking extreme heat. They also place strong importance on cleanliness, comfort, and social friendly environment support group interaction. The clear dining space, comfortable sitting, and emphasis conducive to conservation are expectation for this segment. So next, please. So the industrial overview. The first, customization has become a major trend. The customer expect the ability to select their own ingredient. They will including meat choice, vegetable option, and side dishes. They also give them a sense of control and personalization. Second is the white-based pricing modern have become the standard. The consumers perceive this as fair and affordable because they will pay for what they take and also will be aligned with the price sensitive nature of the target audience. And also there will be price healthy awareness. Even through that the young adults, they will be enjoy the meat-based meals, there will be increase the demand for less oily, lighter and vegetable rich option. So so next is the customer review insight. When analyze the customer review, they will be very important. The first is the consistency is a key determinant of the customer loyalty. If the food quality and taste are reliable every visit, the customer will return. If there are frequent ups and downs, they will be looked at elsewhere. And also there will be visible value versus assurance experience directly affect satisfaction. The customer compare will be like what are the expected to pay and receive what actually will happen. And also the peak hours service efficiency, they will be strongly influencing the review, and also the negative feedback will be speed very faster due to the social media visibility. So that's all for my part. Now I will pass to the next presenter to continue.
This study is based on 35 survey respondents and 3 consumers interviews to understanding consumer behavior in Gamba. The legend audience, including university students and working in Gamba, a representative person named Justin was developed to reflect key performers' motivations and dining habits. The finding help us better understand the consumer needs and support marketing strategy development.
Now I'm going to explain the consumer persona for spicy temptation. So this slide shows an overview of the consumer persona based on the survey result collected from the respondents. Next. So based on our survey and interview, the primary consumer for spicy temptation are mainly young adults, which are aged from 18 to 24, who are mainly university students from Utah and also TAR UMT. Most of them has an monthly income below 1,500, which means they are price sensitive and need to manage their spending carefully. So in terms of behavior, they prefer dining with their friends as it is part of their social life. When choosing a restaurant, they focus mainly on affordable taste and also the overview dining atmosphere. So, however, they often face some challenges such as high price, long waiting times, and also limited food choices. This can really negatively affect their overall experience. In addition, some factors such as promotion, affordable pricings, and also cashless payment option actually plays a very important role in influencing their decision. Therefore, understanding this consumer group is very important for the restaurant to better meet their needs and also improve customer satisfaction. Now, I'll pass to the next presenter to continue.
This is Justin. Justin is a 21 years old UDA student in Gamba. He enjoying dinner out with a friend and buffet of a affordable restaurant with good value. He particularly likes spicy food such as mala hot pot. Justin often discovers new places through social media such as Instagram, 小红书, and so on, and checks the review before visiting. He is comfortable with e-wallets and QR ordering, value continuance and speed. Also, he has a limited budget and worried about long waiting times. He still seeks a fun and social dinner experience, making him an ideal target customers for spicy temptation. Next presenter.
Okay, thank you, Xiaoting. For my part, I will be begin our digital readiness assessment. Currently, the business is at the early adoption stage with an overall score of 2.2 out of 5.0. This means that the business has started using the digital tool, but is still a basic level and has a room to improvement. So first is decision making, because the decision mostly rely on institution, which means that decisions are based on personal experience rather than data. For example, the owner may decide what food to prepare based on what they feel is popular instead of checking sales reports. Also, they rely on the physical observation, like seeing how many consumers come in instead of using the digital system. Because of this lack of system-generated report will make decision making less accurate. So the next is company structure. The business has a flat structure, which means that there are fewer level of management and communication is fast. This is good for quick decision. However, there is not dedicated digital role. For example, no one is specifically responsible for managing online order or social media, which can slow down the digital development. And the third point is the management style. The management is hand-on, meaning that the owner is directly involved in daily operations. While this help maintain the control, it made it difficult to scale the decision operation. For example, if all the decisions must go through the owner, it will slow down the process. So also there is need for more delegation, meaning that the task should be shared with employees. And the next is company culture. The workforce is loyal and traditional, which is a strength because employees are committed, because they may feel anxious about the new technology, especially if they think it to replace their job. For example, staff may be worried about using ordering system or digital tool. The lastly is the skill set and library. The staff have basic digital exposure, meaning that they know some simple tool. However, they lack troubleshooting and data skill. For example, they may know how to fix the system error and analyze the sales data. Therefore, training is needed to improve their digital skill. So in conclusion, the business is still in the early stage of digital readiness, although there are some strength improvement are needed in skill, system, and management to support digital transformation. So that's all for my part. Now I'll pass it on to the next presenter to proceed the recommendation of digital readiness.
Now I will discuss about the digital readiness recommendation. So the first recommendation is data-driven system. So the restaurant can implement POS system for real-time sales tracking, and they can use the inventory system to reduce the manual error of their staff. They also can track the customer data, such as the preference of customer, to improve their business strategy. The second recommendation is digital role and structure. The business can appoint a digital coordinator in the restaurant to manage the daily operation. So this can centralize the order and system management under one role. They can define a clear responsibility to reduce the workload overlap. Next. The third recommendation is staff readiness and peer support. So the provide of regular digital training for staff is important. The restaurant also can encourage peer support and knowledge sharing to their staff and to develop the internal digital champions for the person to guide others. That's all from me, and thank you.
That's all our group presentation. Thank you.